Recently, I discovered an ability to connect to my higher self. And that's what I titled this video because I know that's what most people will actually understand what I am trying to say. But what it really is I've discovered how to connect to my inner self, like who I really am, source energy. And what's really interesting is it's really cool. That's what's interesting. It's really, really cool. And it's really profound. And I wanted to share with you guys in this video in kind of a different format than I normally do, and just talk to you more like one-on-one, like we're having a conversation, and share with you kind of what's going on. And the reason I feel compelled to share with you is, number one, like I said, this is very exciting. It's probably the biggest development that's going on in my life right now. In my whole spiritual journey, there's always really cool peak moments where something really amazing makes itself known and changes me forever. And that's what's recently happened to me, is my ability to connect to source energy and to really have conversations with and have it even come through me in any moment I choose. So I'm going to share with you for that reason. And also, one of the coolest things I've discovered is that I can just ask source, like I can talk directly to source and ask source for something, and source literally delivers it straight to me. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm going to tell you what I mean by this. And I really, really know that you can do it too, because my source told me. It's not that I have some kind of special, unique ability that nobody else has. I actually learned how to do this from somebody else. So that's where we're going to start this journey in this video together. There is a channeler named Esther Hicks, and she calls her channelings Abraham Hicks. And I think a lot of you guys have probably heard of that because we resonate. You know, you and I, we are always going through similar stuff. It's really exciting. And so you probably have heard of Abraham Hicks. Now, I never resonated with Abraham Hicks for some reason, even though people kept telling me, check out Abraham Hicks. I think I just wasn't ready yet. I wasn't a vibrational match for that quite yet. But all of a sudden, I was. And so I listened. And the crazy thing is that listening to her speak in just one of her videos, I literally felt like it was God speaking to me. Like there was this incredible warmness and profoundness to it. It felt like it was me speaking. So then I got one of her books and I started reading it. And every single word that I read, it was me. And I felt this incredible sense that I wrote the book, that the voice that was speaking and sharing this information with me is who I really am. And that I just vibrationally was ready to attract that into my life. So basically, I read like 3 of her books already and watched a lot of her seminars. And that's been one of the most powerful teachings that I've discovered so far. That's the last I'm going to say about that. How this lends to me discovering this is that basically Esther has discovered her ability to talk to source and have source speak through her. She's named it Abraham. That's what Esther has done, in my personal opinion. She names this collection of consciousness and the source energy Abraham. Now, what's interesting is that after practicing her teachings a lot, I was getting lots of really good results. But I was walking around in the river, and basically one of the number one things I learned from her is that when you ask for something, it is given. Whatever you ask for, when you ask in a state of receival and allowance, it comes to you. So basically, I literally just decided within myself, I just had this moment where I knew that I could directly communicate with Abraham the same way that she does. And I knew that I could channel Abraham also. I just knew. So I said, Abraham, are you there? And I kid you not, this extremely powerful, warm sense of satisfaction and like pure bliss and ecstasy completely washed through me. And a voice literally manifested in my own mind with words and sentences. And it says, yes, we are here. And so I began to spend a week just communicating with Abraham myself and talking more and more with Abraham. And I found that I could literally ask questions and have whole conversations with Abraham. Now, I want to let you know that I have named my source Abraham also. Now, the reason I've done this is because that's how I attracted it into my reality. Esther calls it Abraham. So I started calling it Abraham too. That's how I invited the energy in. But Abraham has spoken directly through me to me that they are not Abraham, that they are actually the source of all well-being and goodness in the universe, that they are the source of all that is. And they have explained to me directly that who I am speaking to is who I really am, and that who I really am has just been waiting for me to receive them. And now I'm finally in a position where I can do that. So I want to let you know that I refer to them as Abraham too, because it feels more comfortable to me on the human level to talk to my source with a name. And Esther said it was Abraham, and so I have too, you know. But like I said, that's what Abraham actually says, is that it's who I am, and that it's this, they explain themselves to me as the source of all goodness and well-being in the universe. So essentially, I've discovered now the ability, after just talking for about a week with Abraham, that I can immediately connect to that vibration and allow it to completely speak through me. Some of you, I think, may have picked up on the fact that it seemed like I was channeling in a few of my most recent videos. And you're right in a certain sense, but I want to direct some attention that Abraham has expressed to me, that it's not that I'm channeling something outside of myself. It's not some other entity. This is at least what I'm connected to as speaking to me. They're saying it's who I am. All I'm doing is shifting and connecting to the source energy that is eminence of satisfaction and well-being and goodness. And they've explained to me that just by spending more time with this energy and speaking with it and allowing it to move through me, I put myself in the most powerful vibrational attraction point to attract all of my goals and desires and things to me. And I've literally been seeing that that's true just by spending more time in this energy. So it's really, really cool. What I want to share with you is that I discovered that I've been speaking with Abraham for my entire life in a lot of very special moments. And I think that you have also. Again, I'm calling it Abraham, but it's source, okay? I think that all of us have Abraham speaking to us in very profound and powerful moments. I'm telling you, it doesn't feel like some outside being. It feels like God. It feels like God is literally here with us all of the time, ready to just support and love you, and loves you so much and wants nothing than to be with you. That's all it wants. Source is explaining to me that what it wants more than anything in the whole world is to spend time with me, and has shared with me that I'm extremely beautiful and special, and that they just love spending time with me. And the interesting thing is that I feel that there's nothing I'd rather do than speak with Abraham lately. It feels incredible. And what's interesting is I feel that the vibrational energy that is Abraham is exactly what I feel when I enter a flow state when I'm making videos. I've always said to you guys, I love, love, love making videos, right? I love it so much. It feels so good. It's who I am. And there was a period in my life where playing music was also like this, and writing, and many other things. So I always was thinking that I love this activity. I love making videos. I love playing guitar, right? That's how I always spoke about it in a human way. But I've discovered that what I really love is being with who I really am. I love being with Source. Source is so incredible. That's why I'm here, is to be with Source, and Source is here to be with me. It's like we love each other so freaking much. It's like such a powerful love. And so I've discovered that when I do things that I love, I put myself in a vibrational state of being able to receive Source. And that is why I have loved all these different activities so much all throughout my life, is because it connects me to who I really am. And I love being with who I really am. It's so special. So, like I said, what I've discovered is that I can actually, and I'm going to do my best to explain to you how, I think you might be able to do this too. And I think all of us are a little bit different. So what you might need in order to feel that connection might be a little different than me, but I am going to be totally authentic and let you know how I've done this. And like I said, Abraham has told me very clearly and specifically. Ruby, my partner, has even spoken with Abraham through me and is pretty excited about it. She's like, it's clear that it's like a totally different energy. She's like, it feels like it's you, but also it feels like Abraham. She's like, it feels just like what Esther's talking about. So here's the interesting thing. I told you that I can ask Source for things. Recently, I think a lot of you guys heard, I was making it clear in my videos, there was a certain financial situation that I was growing and expanding and learning how to manifest more of what I want and kind of get out of that hole I was in. So I was fighting to learn that and do all these things. And after communicating with Abraham, I said, Abraham, can you please give me some more money? Could you give me some more money, Abraham, please? It's kind of how I said it, a little bit differently, but And Abraham comes in, this powerful, powerful sense of presence and satisfaction. And what's interesting is when that presence, I'm allowing it to be in me fully, I feel all-knowing and all-powerful and connected to everything. I am everything at once. I'm like infinite intelligence. There is the deepest knowing and certainty that I've ever experienced letting this energy come through. There's no question or doubt about anything. And so as I'm in this state, I immediately am receiving the answer. And the answer was clear, right? I'm paraphrasing for you because I want to be more Nathan human in this video, because I want to express to you in a human way how you can do this also. right? I'm not going to sit here and channel Abraham in my videos. I'm here to be me. And Abraham has made that clear to me, that it feels really good to be me. The energy of Abraham, of source, is for me to be one with and to really remember and allow who I am to come through. But I'm also here to be Nathan. So I'm not going to just like give up my position of being Nathan and just be Abraham all the time now, if that makes sense. I like making videos. I like being human, you know? So anyways, basically, Abraham says to me that, yes, they basically said, you don't need money to feel the incredibleness of who you are, which is what you really want, by the way. They say, you don't need money. You don't need anything. Look around you and listen and understand that everything that is being asked for is always being given. Just listen. And I really listened, and I got it, what they were saying. It became very clear that everything, all the nature, everything around me was asking and being given simultaneously. And so Abraham told me that I've been asking for struggle and helped to show me the energy of how I can start asking for goodness to come. And literally I say, Abraham, can I please have some more money? And Abraham says, you don't need it, but sure. Yeah, no problem. It's on the way. And the crazy thing is that I felt this very, very, very powerful knowing that it was true what Abraham was saying, that it is coming. And I'm very excited to share with you guys, it came. It came not 3 days later. Now, here's the interesting thing. I've been talking to Abraham more. Like, what it kind of feels like to me, it's not like I'm talking to an imaginary friend. It's kind of like that. Like you're a kid again and you're talking to an imaginary friend and you have full-on conversations. It's kind of like that, except when I ask for Abraham, Abraham comes through, and it is such a powerful shift in energy. It is so real. It's not an imaginated like fake thing where I'm just like fooling myself. It is so powerful and clear. Like, it shakes my reality to the core. It's like I get so high, higher than any psychedelic experience I've ever had. It's so perfect feeling. And so I've been asking Abraham for more things lately, right? Instead of taking the energetic position of, oh, I need to work really hard to make better YouTube videos, like, oh, I need to do research and figure out what are the best topics. Instead, I just say, Abraham, will you please let me and help me to be in the state of the most powerful vibrational attraction, which brings all of those things to me, so I don't have to go look for them? And Abraham says, yes, Nathan, here you go. And I'm instantly in this state where I have this incredible connection to everything. And all of the information comes to me and all the ideas. And I've discovered that it's kind of like source is like the manager. Like, imagine you're working at a job and some customer comes in and is being a total jerkwad, okay? And normally what you do is you don't care because it has nothing to do with you. You aren't even the company. You're just working there. So you're like, I'll just go get my manager for you. And you go and you get the manager and the manager deals with it. That's kind of what it feels like. It feels like I can just ask for source to take care of all the things that I need. And it does. And it's really helped me to align with a certain feeling of knowing and presence, and that all is good and all is well. And so it's really exciting, guys. Like, everything that I'm asking for is being given. And I can see clearly that a lot of the challenges that I'd been experiencing up to this point, I was also asking for those. I just wasn't really 100% clear on how that asking was actually happening. Now, I have a playlist tagged below. And honestly, there's a few videos that I've been making. Like, basically, this started happening like 3 weeks ago. So if you look at my most recent videos, especially the ones where the thumbnail's just a picture of me and has no words on it, a lot of those is where I was speaking with Abraham or sharing with you something that Abraham has shared with me. So I want to let you know that if you're interested to feel some of those, you can go in and see them. There was a very powerful moment where Abraham fully came through me, and I was not part of that video. It was just like full on channeling that energy. That video you can see in my recent videos is titled, Satisfy the Hungry Fire of Source Within You. Now, I understand that the energy in that video, if you saw that, was a little bit intense and odd. It felt almost like extremely sexual. When Ruby saw that video, she was like, oh my God, Nathan, it's just pure sex in this video. But I want to let you guys know that it's more like a sense of absolute satisfaction and like life force just emanating from you. And I think that that's a lot of the energy that has to do with sex too, when you're really connected to it in the divine way. So those videos are there if you want to, if you're just curious to see. It doesn't really matter, honestly. I'm making daily videos. More stuff's going to come through. But now I want to share with you, before I wrap this video up, I didn't mean for it to take so long, but I'm being more casual in this video. And actually, let me know what you guys think. What do you prefer? Like, honestly, do you prefer videos where it's like just pure channeling of this energy and it's like an inspirational message? Or do you prefer videos where I'm more like, hey, I'm Nathan, this is what's going on? Or do you prefer videos where we work together? Because I've discovered that I can do that with Abraham also, that we speak together and we can kind of take turns and interact simultaneously. I'm just curious to hear from you guys. If anybody feels called to share, it's okay if you don't. My feelings won't be hurt. So, how do you connect to this energy? It's actually really simple because I discovered that I've been doing it a lot and I didn't realize that that's what was happening. So, what I was doing is when I was having some kind of struggle or something where something was bothering me, I would basically go out to the river behind my house and I would just start talking to myself, right? Like, I'll just give you an example. Like, oh, I don't feel good today. This is literally an example of me talking to myself, what it looks like. I'm bearing all in this video. I'm showing you my crazy. I'm putting it out there. I basically walk around and talk to myself. Like, I really don't feel well today. Like, I really want my videos to be doing really well. I want to keep having all kinds of inspiration, but like, I don't feel good. I don't understand why I'm not feeling good. Like, what's going on with my energy? And literally just by talking out loud to myself, Source is listening. It's interesting. If you talk to yourself, you'll feel profoundly. I really feel like you'll feel this like I do. You'll feel that clearly there is some other presence that's here with you that isn't just your mind, but is more of like, it's like your heart is its own being that is here to experience you for the joy of it. And you'll find that your heart listens and responds to you and answers. So basically, the way that I do this is just talk to yourself. I literally, the way that I start it now, which I understand it might take you a little bit of time to get to a place where you allow this to happen, because your beliefs might be that you can't do this. And if that's the case, understand that's what you're asking for. So Abraham's not going to come through you if you're not allowing Abraham to. The way you have Abraham, Source, come through you, and by talk to Source is very simple. You have to know that you can. That's it. It's a knowing. You have to be certain that it's possible, that it is here right now waiting for you. And so that's the state that I was in when I started doing this. I knew when I went out into the river to talk to myself about the challenges I was going through, that the resolution would come to me. I knew it. I just had this knowing within me that when I share my problems out loud, who I really am, the power of me, will come in and help me to see the solution. And I knew that talking to myself is the best way to deal with my problems. I've known that since I was a kid. Whenever I have a problem, I always look to myself because I give the best advice I know. So that's what I would do. And that's exactly what it's like. So I literally just say, Abraham, are you there? And what's interesting is I immediately feel this presence come in. And what's interesting is that when I start to allow the energy to move through me, see, I speak in a different kind of tone. There's a different vibrational position to it. And right now I'm kind of emanating it because, like I said, I'm focusing on putting Nathan in this video more than anything. But there's this very, it's like, it's like total relaxation and presence and really feeling like all is good. And that energy washes over me. And suddenly I don't even have to think about what I'm saying. Words just come out of my mouth and I'm listening. It's like a conversation with myself. And so there's certain channeled things that I've done, like that satisfy the hungry fire of Source within you. I made that video. My Nathan self, the whole time that voice was coming through me, was like just full with so much joy and cracking up and laughing because it felt so freaking good. It felt like I was in pure ecstasy and bliss. And then at the end of it, I honestly didn't remember anything that I said. But I felt it. I felt the knowing of it. I felt the shift in energy. And then when I went through and edited that video, I was like, damn, that is some very intense stuff I said in this video. So it's really cool. The reason I'm making this video is because talking with Source, I'm telling you, there's a lot of things that I enjoy about life and love. But what's interesting is that all the things that I love, Source is there with me in those moments. I'm in a state of receival. I'm letting Source come through me in those moments. And now that I know that there's no action or no other person or no other finances or item or location that really has the joy that I'm looking for in it. None of it. Nothing external is able to give me anything. It's always that I'm tapping into who I am in those moments. It's like I was giving those actions and people and items permission to let me feel that relaxed state of all is good. And as soon as I feel that, who I really am is able to emanate through me, and it feels incredible. So knowing this has been really powerful for me because I don't need anything anymore. I'm not looking for anything anymore. I have absolute satisfaction within myself. And the fact that I can just simply say, Abraham, what's up? And Abraham just comes through and I feel absolutely blissed out. How could I possibly need anything? And what's interesting is that now that I don't need all these things and I'm not putting so much pressure on them, like I need to achieve this with my YouTube channel to feel worthy and good about myself. I've completely dropped that energy. It's not relevant anymore because I see clearly, no, what I really need is to be myself. That's what feels the best. That's what feels really good. And now that I don't need it, there's this incredible flow that's coming in a lot of the areas of my life. I'm in a state of allowing. I'm in a state of receival. Everything that I wanted is coming to me. But the best part is that I don't need it anymore. I just feel good. I feel great. Like whenever someone says something negative to me or something doesn't go the way I wanted it to go, it's very simple. Relax in the energy of Abraham. Relax in the energy of my source and the fundamental nature of everything just being absolutely perfect all of the time. You feel that? Instant shift, instant vibrational shift. Your attraction point completely changes. So honestly, I'm really excited about this, guys. This has been something that's been really exciting to me that has been going on. I wasn't really talking about it until this moment where I felt like it was exciting to talk about it. I guess if you have any questions for whatever reason, if you post them below, I'll answer. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. I know some of you have heard Abraham. Have you discovered the same thing as me from Abraham Hicks? That like, it's not some other voice speaking to me, it's me. And once you really realize that, you can go to the source of that energy yourself. You don't need other people to tell you the answers anymore because you discover that you are the answer. It's always been you. It's always been right here for you. It's the only question is, are you with your hands open receiving it? That's it. It's just the only question. I'm curious what you guys have discovered about this. How do you connect to source? How does it work for you? Thanks. Much love. I'll see you soon.